Good evening, sisters and brothers in the Dhamma. I'm here today to share with you my learning and my practice. So we start with the meditation. I know that there are so many ways to meditate. I can only show you my way. We start in the temple in Vietnam. We have 3 sessions a day. Early in the morning, 3 o'clock, we do 1 session for 2 hours. After that, breakfast. After that, learning or working in the field. And then lunch. And then 2 o'clock, we have another session to 4 o'clock. And then 5 o'clock, we have a little, half a cup of powdered milk. And then 6 o'clock, we do the chanting. And 7 o'clock, we have another session of 2 hours, up to 9 o'clock. And after that, 10 o'clock, bedtime. So, very simple. And I don't know whether it's easy or not, but it's very challenging for me. So I can share you how we meditate. There are 3 phases. The first is a preparation. Here today we do only 30 minutes. I don't think you want to do it for 2 hours, all right? So we prepare a sitting. In our temple, we sit on the floor and on a cushion, 20 centimeters high. The reason why we sit on the cushion is to help us alleviate the back, so we can sit straight up without getting tired or pain in the long run. So try to avoid the sciatica. So here, when I come here, I know that we have so many sort of sitting, either on the floor, or on the chair, or on the stool. So anyway, if you sit on the floor, make sure that you have a straight up sitting. That's why we sit on the cushion, the back straight, but not too straight, not like that, because that will give you the pain. Just straight. If you do full lotus or half lotus, the knee should be flat on the floor, not above, because that will be very tiring if it's above. If you sit on the chair, make sure that your feet on the floor flat, if don't dangling. So you have something underneath to support the feet. The shoulders down, the tongue is normal, and the eyes rest 60 centimeters apart from your belly. Very comfortable, very relaxing, and that is a preparation. And then we do the 3 deep breaths. The first one very deep down, the second at the middle, the third a little bit longer than your normal. When you breathe in, think aloud that I am bringing in fresh air to nourish my body. When you blow out, think aloud that I'm blowing out disease and anxiety. So if we do the first one, second one, third one, the hands rest, relaxing on your thigh, either here or here. Just very much relax. Be fully relaxed and fully awake. Now we enter the meditation. We breathe in and blow out normally. When we breathe in, count 1. Blow out, count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and go back to 1. Be fully relaxed and fully awake to aware that the thought arise. Do not follow, do not suppress. Focus on the thought or the breath and the count. Counting from 1 to 10 and go back to 1. If you miscount, go back to 1. If you don't want to count, focus on the breath. When breathe in, aware that you are breathing in. When blow out, aware that you are blowing out. Be fully relaxed and fully awake. Don't follow the running thought. Don't suppress. Let it go. Focus on the breath. We do the 3 deep breaths to release the meditation. The first one a little bit longer than your normal. The second at the middle, and the third very deep down. When we breathe in, think aloud that I'm bringing in fresh air to nourish my body. When you blow out, think aloud that I'm blowing out disease and anxiety. At the same time, we can shake the body. So we can do the first deep breath. Second one. Third one. After that, we can give ourselves a good massage from top to toe. In the temple, we allow ourselves 20 to 30 minutes for the full massage to help the body wake it up and then back to the normal circulation. Just imagine the cat after it sleeps. When it wakes up, it stretches the body before it walks. So we have to follow it, right? Because imagine if you sit for half an hour or 2 hours, and then suddenly you finish the meditation and get up and walk. And that is, I think, against the body nature. Any question regarding the meditation?
It's just about when it comes to that meditation, is the goal of that meditation just to keep focusing on 1 to 10 with your breaths, or can you increase the number?
No, not really. Why from 1 to 10? Because that is the enough numbers to remember. Right? Because if more than that, then you keep counting, and you don't meditate. Yeah. So we try to remember 1, 2, 3 until 10. Apparently, when we breathe in and we know that we are breathing in and we count 1, and we blow out and we count 2, and we breathe in and we forget because we follow the thought. So that's why the number help you to keep up with the breathing track. Not to run. Mm-hmm. But if you count so much, that's no good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, counting from 1 to 10. But if you don't want to count, it's okay. Just breathe in as long as you are aware that you are breathing in. And blow out, you are aware that you are blowing out. Breathe in and blow out and run. And then breathe in and blow out. Breathe in, blow out, and run. Right? So the purpose is to help us to be aware that we are not running.
And once we have that awareness, do we just stay with the awareness, or do we just let the awareness go?
By the end, that awareness doesn't need to be aware, because when you are already aware. Got the point? Got it?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah. That's why our meditation is called awareness meditation. You are aware that you are breathing in. You are aware that you are blowing out. You are aware that you are running. And you are aware that you are not running. So between the two thoughts, what is it? Between the two thoughts, this thought runs and you come back and you are aware, and then a thought arises, you are aware. So between the two thoughts arising, what is it? Your awareness, correct? And that's your consciousness. That's your awareness. Because you are aware that you are not running. Got it? Clear? If not clear, meditate. Until you get it clear. So don't worry about saying like, if 30 minutes meditation, I got 100 running thoughts. Okay? Don't worry about that. What we need to be aware is, in between the 100 running thoughts, we know that we have 100 running thoughts. Yeah? That's we need to nurture. So if you are aware that in daily life, you are aware of everything, aware of what you are thinking, aware of what you are talking, aware of what you are acting. Other than that, we do impulsively. We don't know. And then after that, we regret. So that's why this meditation is called awareness meditation. You don't need to sit for long. You can sit for 3 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, as long as every breath you breathe in, you know. Every breath you blow out, you know. Clear? Okay, so the theme of the talk for the whole running session is dust in our eyes, right? Everything in our eyes is dust. Even the speck of gold in the eyes is still hurt, right? So I'm going to share with you what I've learned. And by the way, if you have heard, please hear again. Today I want to share with you the journey to enlighten. Is it too big? Or actually, the 7 treasures Buddha gave us. Okay? Historically, when Prince Siddhartha sat under the Bodhi tree and meditated for 49 days, everybody knew about that, isn't it? One early morning, he awake because he's aware. He aware. What does he aware? He's aware of the suffering. What is the suffering? Right? The accumulation of suffering and the ending of the suffering and how to end it. You all learn about it. So I don't need to talk about that. Just give it a brush about that. And then when he saw that, he said he enlightened. Enlightened one is a Buddha in English. And that means the person who saw the light. And that is the light he saw. So he handed it down to us. And he said he's Buddha. And Buddha is the person who enlightened, who sees. And after that, he said, I knew it. I saw the light. I saw these suffering and how to end, etc. Then I'm Buddha. You will be Buddha. Because you already had it. The mind who see these are things. And that, he said so, 2,600 years ago. We already Buddha. But why we still suffer? We don't see any suffering Buddha, only us suffer. But he said so, he said we are Buddha. To put it a nice way, we will be Buddha, with the hope. But why we suffer? Because we forget that awareness that we have the light, the clear mind, or what we call it, the true mind, or the true nature, or the Buddha nature. But Buddha is only a word. It's just a person, a human. Because Prince Siddhartha is a person, is a human. But why? Why we suffer? Anybody know why? Why we suffer? People keep coming and saying, I'm so miserable. Oh, I say, yes, and with a smile. And they don't like it because I smile. I say, yeah, you suffer. I know that you suffer. And tell me you're suffering. I say, it's nothing compared to other people. And keep coming, I suffer. And complain. And they know, they complain, but they cannot get out of the suffering. But I said, you are Buddha. There's no suffering Buddha. So why? Just drop the suffering. No, hold it too tight. Yeah? Are we? Their treasure. Buddha said it's not a treasure. The treasure he gave us, number one, is you are Buddha. That is the first treasure. And if we have the confidence that we are Buddha, then we can follow the journey to enlighten. But how can we have that confidence? Let me tell you, our sixth patriarch, Hue Can, he is illiterate. He's a young guy. He's illiterate because after he was born, his father died. So he has nothing. And in the ancient time, if you are a commoner and if you are poor, you cannot get education. All he can do is he go to the bush, chop some trees and get that to the market and sell for the living. One day, he heard at the motel, he heard one guest saying that when the mind has no attachment, it is your true mind. That is his first awakening. He says, oh, so nice, so clear. So he asked the guest, where do you learn it? And the guest said to him that the master, the fifth patriarch, teach us at that mountain. So he went there and he learned. And the teacher told him the Diamond Sutra and about the mind. And he suddenly uttered, wow, eureka. No wonder. Now I know that the mind is self-sufficient. Is not free from coming and free from ending, because if it doesn't come, it doesn't end. And free from change. It's there, it's always there. And it's free from pure or impure. So, wow, that's that. And all things are its manifestation. So he got the first awakening, the first enlightenment. And he, for sure that he has the true mind. So if we have the same confidence like that, because if the second you are aware of the breath, and then after that you follow your thought, suddenly you remember that you are meditating, and you are aware of your breath. So that's the first awareness, the second awareness. In between, these are arising, right? So then that peace is very peaceful. That little bit is very peaceful. That's why if you keep meditating, that between the two thoughts, before the thought arises, another thought arises, another thought arises, and then slowly, the distance enlarges, and no more running thought arise. And that is your true mind. And if we have the confidence that that is our true mind, it is very peaceful. When you are at work, you have a stress. Coming home, you have another stress. Life is miserable. But if you take holidays somewhere without television, without news, without radio, without people keep nagging you, in a beach or somewhere, you will find someday you and the beach is one. Have you ever contemplated that time? And that is you coming back to your true self. And that is the first treasure Buddha gave us, that you are Buddha. So we need to have that confidence, very strong faith that, and that Buddhahood apply to everyone, regardless of the gender, the ethnicity, the social classes, whether illiterate or scholar, so that everyone do have the Buddha nature, or the true nature. And why we suffer? Because instead of aware of your breath, we run, we chase our running mind, and that dominates us. That is our boss. So when we practice Buddhism, is getting away of that one, coming back to your true nature. Very simple. Whether easy or not is up to your practice. The minute you know that, why I suffer? Because I run after these shadows. And you let go of them, come back to the true nature, and that is bliss. And that is Buddha. We are all Buddha. This is easy said. Reality, do we perform as a person, human? We wear the human form, everybody, female, male, and the third party. But we still wear that form, a human form. Do we act, or do we talk, or do we think as human? In reality, most of us, how do you see it? Sometimes worse than animals. Is it correct? Is it? Do we share and care as a human? Or we try to compete and compare and don't like and hate? And that's why crimes happen. And that is the reason why we stay away, far away from being a Buddha or a person. So how to keep us as Buddha? Like a Buddha said, you are Buddha, but why you act not Buddha? He is very generous. He knows that we are always away from our Buddhahood. So he set up some frames for us. If we live within the frames, we behave humanly. But if we jump over beyond these frames, we become inhuman and we create own bad deeds. What are these frames? How to keep us be good? Come on. Huh? Do no harm to others, yes. But what is the frames, the border you keep in within? Bravo, you enlightened. Yes. Precepts to keep us. Correct? Yeah. He's very generous. He knows that we are his children. You are very good. But at the moment we are naughty. So he gives us some stick. If you do wrong, one stick and you give back. Correct? For lay people, for us, and for me is even worse. For a monk is 245. For a nun is 300. Yeah, okay. Before I was ordained, fully ordained, I said that's not fair. Buddha is not fair. If he's here now, I will discuss with him why, right? But after I learned, I said, oh, he's so generous. The precept he imposed to none, why more? Because we wear different format. And because we wear different form, our needs are more than them. Yeah, and that's why we have more precepts. So I said, it's fair. All right? So for us, is that, but for you, it's easy, simple, very simple. How many you have to keep? 5. Isn't it? Easy, easy, easy. No sexual misconduct. For the young one, we do the killing first. But for the adult, we do the sexual misconduct. Killing, lying, drinking, and stealing. I put stealing down because for the reason. For all, I don't need to tell because you all know, right? You all know about the 5 precepts. I don't need to go into detail. But let me ask you one question. Which one? I recommend you to keep only one. You don't need to keep so many. Too many. Like my master said that for 300 so and so for us to keep, but he recommends us to keep only one. It's only one. Simple, yes, simple. Keep your mind clear. Yeah, that is for us. Keep your mind clear. But how can you keep your mind clear? You have to keep the others, isn't it? He's a very clever teacher. Yeah. But for you, I recommend only one as well. You don't need to keep so many. Too clumsy. Keep only one. Which one, you tell me? Which one? Anyone? Come on, recommendation. Huh? Lying, okay. Anyone? Killing, okay. Anyone?
Do no harm.
Huh?
Do no harm.
Do no harm, that's killing, yeah. No, lying, killing, sexual misconduct, drinking, and stealing. Which one you need to keep? Let me go straight away. Stealing. Yeah, stealing. Stealing doesn't mean that I take this one home. Oh, this one is very bright. I take it home. That is stealing, yes, because stealing is taking without asking, isn't it? Yeah. If no one see me, I take it. Who knows? Right. No, not only that. Stealing means more than taking material. What is stealing? You tell me, huh? Yeah, but that is material, isn't it? Yeah. Steal. Sorry, I couldn't get it. What?
Rather than stealing, it's being stealing, like stealing.
Huh? Take advantage? Disadvantage? Yeah, something like that. But let me tell you, see, like, why not lying? Lying like something you talk wrong from right. Lying like you accuse someone wrongly, isn't it? So, for example, if you are accused wrongly, how do you react? Firstly, upset, isn't it? Upset. And then you try to defend. And if you don't win, you get hurt. Okay? And that is a lying. That's why lying. But lying, what is the effect of that? What is that impact? You cause that person unhappiness, isn't it? Isn't it? So if you talking about material only, something stolen, you don't like it, you get upset. So you are the victim and you get upset. So that's why don't steal not only material, but the mental issues. You hurt people, you upset people, you steal your own happiness and people's happiness. Isn't it? So talking about other precepts, sexual misconduct, are you stealing their happiness? Yeah? Drinking, when you drink and you get drunk, you do everything. So you steal people's happiness and your own happiness. Lying and what else? Killing, yeah, and you harm people. So all in all, you are stealing your own happiness and others' happiness. And that's why I recommend keep the stealing your most precept to be kept. And not only taking things away, but you take the happiness away. Right? So that's the frame Buddha gave us. Number one is you are Buddha. And how to help you to be Buddha. He gave us the frames. If you keep that, you behave as a human, a person, and you will be respected. And you respect others. What's next? After he exactly, absolutely, you are Buddha, and he give you some tools to keep you to be a Buddha. We need to, it's a child, a naughty child, so we grow up. So we go to school, isn't it? So we learn. He give us some teaching, so we learn. He encourage us to hear to every Sangha, wherever you have the Buddha's, you have the Buddha's teaching, go and hear and practice. Now, if you go everywhere, you are luckier than me because I listen to only one master. You listen to so many things. You are buffet. You have a good buffet and you have a choice. This one, I like it, I can hear. This one, I don't like, I don't want to hear. I have no choice. I have to hear him all the time. All right? So you're lucky. So people come to me and asking me whether to be a commandant. I said, no, be a lay person. You are luckier than me. You know? Yeah. I have, you know, the monkey, he has a bound in his head. Being a nun or a monk, you have that in your head. You cannot say differently, all right? You be in the frame. Yeah. But be aware of charlatan. Okay, you go and hear, but not hear everything. You have to use your wisdom, even a little bit wisdom, but you still have the wisdom because you are Buddha, remember? So anything, but how to know that he is a charlatan? That is the main thing. How to know that is a fake one? You need to know the correct one before you know if it is not the correct, then it is a fact, isn't it? Right? That's how you see the money, the fake money and the correct money. So now how do you know that is a charlatan? So Buddha told us that the principles he teaches us, there are some principles. If anyone say against these principles or away from these principles are not from Buddha's teaching. So what is the principles Buddha teaches? Sorry?
So other teachings from other religions or other places, other things, therefore, what you said earlier about Buddhism organized, Buddhism part of all.
Actually, Buddhism is not a religion. Yeah, Buddhism is not a religion. It is a way, practice to be a human. Because we are born a human. Okay? So any religion we can hear. And they do talk the same, or similar, or a little bit close. Because they don't teach their follower killing. Correct? Isn't it? So everything is like that. But how do we know that? The teacher follow correctly the Buddha's teachings. What did he tell us? What you sow, you reap. Isn't it? The first principle, cause and effect. Yeah? What next? Everything is not yet their own entity. This one is not an entity. It is a getting together from so many things. Right? Everything is a getting together from so many things. Nothing is their own entity. And that is, what do you call it? Dependent origination. Isn't it? Causing. This one has the other one. And because it is a formation of so many things, if one element in that formation collapse or doesn't work, then the whole thing vanish. Isn't it? Impermanence. Everything change. Right? And because if it is impermanent, everything is a getting together for so many things, A, B, C, D, E, F, to form a G or something. And then which element is the main one? There's no main, isn't it? Everything together. You need together. So there is no boss, no slavery, no ego. Got it? I know that you all learn about that. Why so silent? Is it correct or not correct? Yes or no? So I'm in the right track. Okay? At least I'm not a charlatan. I'm a young nun. Well, considering I ordained in 1998, I'm still very young. Right? Okay. Regardless of the body, it says no. Right? Okay. The last thing is why we suffer. Because we hold on to the value. It lasts, it's always full, it's half empty. Right? It's always shy, it's bright. So if you hold on to these worldly value, you suffer. Right? People come and tell me that they suffer. I said, yeah, just drop it. Easy. But they cannot do it. I said, simple. Drop it. Why keep it in your head and telling me that I cannot sleep? I wake up midnight and I'm so angry. These are things is again impermanent, isn't it? Yeah. So just why not drop it? Okay? So learning is a necessity, but be careful. You need to base on these principles to learn and practice. Clear? Yeah, now the first treasure, I am Buddha. Second one, oh, but I need to behave. Because if you don't behave, oh, you are no good. Third, learning on these principles. And after you learn, you get more aware, you get more understanding, you understand more. In retrospect, I have done so many things bad, right? Yeah, without me knowing or whether purposely doing, right? But I have done these bad things. Correct? We come to that stage, and that bad things I have done, I feel remorse, I feel ashamed, I feel remorse, and do courageous to own up. We don't have to hide. I have done that. I remorse. I repent. Sám hối. And every day we have to repent like that. Something like very simple. In the past, I have done so many bad things. Due to the beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance from the thinking, the talking, the acting. Now, all of them, I repent, sám hối, and vow not to do it again. If you don't vow not to do it again, there's no point to repent. Because you repent and you do it again. You repent and you do it again. What's the point? You go to the monk and say that I've done that, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, but then the next day you do the same thing. If you bad mouth, if you talk and if you scream and if you swear at someone, and I regret so much, next minute you do the same thing. That's no point. You have to vow always, remembering that don't do it again. You can do the new one, but not the old one. That's how to repent. That's why we keep learning, we keep repenting, we keep doing wrong thing, and we keep repenting, but less and less and less. Got it? When you do it, from today, go home and tell your wife that I have done something wrong to you. Now I repent. And wait and hear what she will do to you. Right? So we learn, keep learning, right? Keep learning and learning. After repenting, what next? Because you understand, you are clear of the action now. Because everything you sow, you reap. Not exactly the same, but similarly or more than that, right? So what next? Fear not to do it again. Not to do wrong things, because now we are clearer. Before we were not clear, that's why we did it. Now we are clear, so we don't do it. No, if I want to do that one, and then when I learn, no, I don't do it. I don't miss it anyway. I don't do it. So that's how we fear. We fear from doing wrong things. Fear from doing wrong things. And then you can see the progress. That is a journey to enlighten. Firstly, you are confident that you are a good person, a Buddha, a human. And you, yes?
Is it fear?
Yeah.
Is it
Forgiveness.
to ourselves for having done such a bad
Yeah, and that is a remorse.
compassion and move on?
Yeah, and move on. And you fear for not doing it. That fear is, how do I explain? That fear is, I cannot do that. That is a fear. I don't want to do it. The fear for not doing it. Right? Not forgiveness. That is different from forgiveness. Like, no, I dare not. Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the Christians.
Yeah. No. Because in Buddhism, there is no God.
There is no God.
We are no God. We are our own Buddha. So there is no God in there. Yeah. But that fear is not doing the mistake. Not do that, because that is the error. That is a mistake. Like not stealing, like not lying. And if you suddenly you lie, you have the fear, oh no, that's no good. Because you know that it is a lie. I think this fear here is not fear for being captured by the policeman. That's not that fear, though you have the fear anyway. That fear, because when you get caught, and you fear, but that is the fear, the mentally fear, that you don't do it because you know that is wrong. That is that fear. No, no suffering. That is a fear, because we have the saying, Bodhisattva fears the ghost, fears ghosts. Sentient beings fear effect. Why? Because if you sow, whatever you sow, you reap. That's why a Bodhisattva don't sow, so you don't have the consequences. And when we sentient beings, we don't know, we don't care, we don't worry about the cause. You just take it, and whatever happens, if you get caught, you blame the policeman. You're nasty, you get me, right? So that is that fear, that getting caught of that. So fear, right? After remorse, after shame, after repent, then you start developing that fear. That is away from doing wrong things. They are not doing wrong things. That's the next step. Yeah? So confident that I'm a good person. I keep within the frames to be good, I behave, and I learn more and more. And then I'm wiser and wiser. And in retrospect, I regret of what I've done. I remorse and I repent. And then they are not doing wrong thing again. Got it? Next, what do we do? Because if we remorse and we are ashamed and we fear, that's we care, isn't it? We care not doing things. That is a caring. Right? After we remorse, we care. That's a caring. So what next? What's next? Yeah? Sharing. And how do you share? Yes? Dana, isn't it? Now again, I encourage you to dana. Dana. Everything you have, dana. Do you agree or not? Everything you have, you dana. Yes or no? Silent. Why don't you say no? Of course, no. I'm telling you wrong, isn't it? Why should I give you everything? House, wife, husband, everything. Everything. You have to give everything. But you have to know what everything is. I tell you a story. And that is Buddhist story. I don't invent. In the ancient time, when Buddha, before he is Prince Siddhartha, he was in the previous life. And this is a story of his previous life. He was a hermit, a monk who lived in a remote, right? And he gave away. He took the virtue of giving, dana, giving everything. I think you have heard of this story. Have you? No? Well, if you have heard, here again. He has a wife and children. And he's very rich. Even he lives in the remote, but because he's a prince, he's rich. Everybody come and ask her for things. He give. Ask, yeah, he give everything. Nothing left. Only his hut. And someone come and ask him, he said, I don't have anything. Yes, you do. What does he have? His wife. Yeah. Okay, he give. Oh, isn't it? When I heard that story, I reacted like that. I said, wrong again. Something wrong here, right? And then someone come, ask, I already give so many things. Yes, you have. What do we have? Children, right? And even the book draw that the child, one child tried to hit somewhere, and one child hold him and cry for mercy. No, he give away. Yeah, he give away. He give away his wife and his children. I said, that's wrong. And someone explained to me that because you are sentient being, and that's why you cannot do that. He's a Buddha, he can do it. I said, no. Buddha is for us to take his example, right? Not I am a sentient being and I cannot do that, then what's the point to learn and practice? You tell me. And he can do it, I can do it. But what he did it, I don't want to do it. Right? Correct? Do you want to do it? Yeah, unless he or she complain to you every day, so you go away. You kick her out or you kick him out, but you don't give it to anyone, right? But this one, he give away. Think clearly. Put your mind together. What really he gives away? You tell me. No, yeah, but what exactly? Now, if we think in reality, why every family precept, why family doesn't have any happiness, no good atmosphere in the family, why? Because of the dictatorship, isn't it? Isn't it? I am the boss, you have to obey me. Correct? And that's why one partner cannot stay forever, including the children, isn't it? Children are children, not the possessions for you to put everywhere or to order around. That exactly he teaches us 2,600 years ago. He doesn't give a real wife or a real children. He gave away the chauvinism. How good is it if we learn and practice the way he teaches us? So fundamental, isn't it? That's how it is. And now another, is it clear? Any question so far? Another story. Sariputra, you know the name? Yeah. He does beg poor people. He come to poor people to beg for alms. One day he come to a very poor beggar. to ask for alms. And that beggar not only poor, but people don't like her because she doesn't share with anyone. Whatever she has, she hid it to herself. And that's why she cannot do much. No one give her. So she has only little meal 2 days ago, poor, rotten. And she cannot eat, and she lie there. And he come and he ask her to give him alms. She told him, I have nothing to give you. I'm so poor. I have nothing to give you. Sariputta said, yes, you have. Tell me, what did she have? Think. What did she have? Huh? A what?
Friendship.
Friendship? No, she doesn't have the friendship because people... because she's so stingy. People don't like her. She has no friend. What does she have? In the book said that she had her own meal, 2 days or 1 week meal. Do I have time? Do I have time? We finished that. Give me 5 minutes. He said, no, I haven't got anything. Sariputta insists, yes, you have. She's not friendly. She's lonely, not friendship. She cannot give the friendship. Yes, but she can give the loneliness. Right? Sariputta said, yes, you have. He said, I have only that little meal left over from last week, and it has a worm in there. And the book said that she gave it to him, and he gladly took it, and he gladly ate it. I was a teacher. I never teach children to eat these things. Do you? Of course not. Go to the hospital straight away. So what did he receive? What did she dana? Tell me. Yeah, friendship. He said, you have it. Give it to me. Give it to me. Her misery, isn't it? Her stingy, her poverty, everything, give it to him. And he takes her to the river, wash her, and help her, and teach her the caring to herself and the sharing to people. You got the point now? Yes. That is a dana. Please go to the temple and dana to your monk and your nuns on your misery. Yeah. Whatever you feel unhappy, you go and dana to them. And that's why I told people not to be a nun. You receive all these things every day. They ring me even 10 o'clock in the evening. I'm so miserable. I still have to hear. I want to sleep. Yeah? So dana is the last things. You don't dana your material. Yes, please. If you can, you give it. But the most dana is your unhappiness. Remember, you keep the precept not to harm yourself, not to steal your happiness. So you dana them to the temple. Okay? So how many things Buddha teaches? You are a good person. You are Buddha. You have precepts to keep. You need to learn and practice. And you remorse, you feel shame, and you fear don't do again. And by the end, you dana own your misery. And what end up with that? If you dana own your misery, what do you have? Huh? Well, no. If I teach you and you don't have anything, why do you learn? Huh? After you dana on the dust in your eyes, what do you have? Ah, enlightened. Eureka, thank you very much. Yes. In Buddha's time, there is one of his disciples, Sada, I don't know the Pali word, Sada Puri Buddha. Whenever he met anyone, he paid respect and he said, I dare not despise you because you will be Buddha. Huh? So I dare not despise you. Sisters and brothers in the Dhamma, you will be Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.